Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your host with the most, Prevail here, bringing you guys another XDefiant video. Within this video, I'm going to be showing you guys some of my settings, actually pretty much all of my settings, and giving you guys the top advice I have for this game, especially as a beginner. This game's settings by default are garbage, and there's some just basic / little more things you may not have thought about advice-wise that I'm gonna, give to you. So if you guys do find this video helpful and you want more XDefiant guides or content or gameplay in the future, I'm sticking with XDefiant for the long haul, through the good and the bad, so stick around if you like XDefiant. But anyways, let's get on into it. So we're gonna hop our booties into a practice zone, and I'm gonna show you guys my settings. This should be the best settings for XDefiant, if not very close. Everyone's PC is a little bit different, so you may be able to run something a little higher if you want, but I'm going for performance and FPS. And yeah, if you guys can't notice, I play stretch res. I'm sure you guys can, but if you can't, that's why the bars are there right now. Stretch res is the way for this game, I promise. I'm telling you. Now, it does look shittier video wise, like this video looks shittier in my opinion because I'm playing in stretch res, but it's definitely the way to go in this game. Some people may bash that opinion, but I just think you're wrong. But alright, so my setting. And alright guys, for gameplay and UI, I'm just gonna go down and tell you what I have. Pretty much just feel free to pause the video and copy what I have. But I play on controller, obviously. I recommend 120, but I do believe like 105 ish is the best for aim assist. Now if you don't care about aim assist like me too much, of course I like playing with it on, but I prefer a bigger FOV. 120, I feel faster for some reason. That's just placebo. And of course you can see things on the left and right side of your monitors, better, or more I should say, hence the FOV. So we go down to ADS, if I could speak, consistent, behavior hold, blend, ADS during melee, have that off. I prefer this to be on personally. This is preference. I like to be able to aim to interrupt my reload. Crouch behavior, definitely 100% have this on toggle. It's been kind of bugged out if you have it on hold, and when you go to fucking slide, you'll just end up crouching. Kind of annoying. Sprint behavior, tap, auto sprint, have this on, otherwise your movement will be scuffed. Threshold 10. I'm just keep going down. Feel free to pause this shit. Now, yeah. Now the HUD limits here. I will say, definitely go into here and turn this down as small as you can get it. Mine's 0, 0. If you don't like that, whatever, you can keep it as the numbers you like. But why I say you guys should have your HUD down or smaller, more towards the center of your screen, is because your mini map isn't going to be as far away from the center of your screen where you're aiming at. So it's going to be easier for you to glance at that mini map, because in this game the red dots hardly stay on that mini map. I mean, compared to Call of Duty, you shoot an unsilenced weapon and it's like 3 seconds or something like that, maybe 2. You're on the mini map and then the red dot fades out. In this game, you shoot, red dot pops up, and then it's already gone. So you have to be really glancing at the mini map to get all the information you need to perform well in this game. So hence the mini map needs to be closer in. Definitely recommend that. Damage numbers, 100% recommend this. Turn this on. Enemy health bars, that as well. Now the mini map rotation, this is key. Have this off. Now in Call of Duty, you would think you want this on, right? But in this game, that's not the case. It's kind of backwards. You want it off. As you see, you want the orientation locked. You don't want it fucking spinning as you move. Distance, yards, FPS, yeah, you want that on, and your ping. That way you know if it's your PC making you lag or if it's your, ping. Network, yep, on to all of that. Now let's hurry up and go down to controller. Now, this is really personal preference with controller, but I do have some, things that I recommend for sure. Now, I do recommend you guys play on, if you guys don't have a modded controller like a Scuff, you know, I think a Battle Beaver. I'm playing on an Elite, you know, from Xbox. So I have battles on the back. It helps a lot, trust me. I only have 2. 4 is crazy. I don't know who plays on 4. My hands don't even need, I don't need 4. But Brawler, I think that's the, no, maybe it's Hurdler. Yeah, it's Hurdler. You want to be using this gamepad preset. That's because it's going to make your right stick as jump. And that's going to make it to where, now in other games this is called stick and move in Call of Duty, right? This is where I think I switched to stick and move in BO3. It was very important to be able to jump and aim at the same time in that game. So same thing in this game, stick and move, unless you have, you know, you can bind it to a paddle on your back. But it's so important to be able to aim while jumping, because if you're using A as jump, you're gonna have to take your right stick off of the stick, so your aiming stops for a split second while your thumb goes over to tap A to jump, and that could get you killed. You don't want that. It's gonna feel weird at first if you've been playing default. It felt very fucking weird for me, you know, years ago. But I promise you, if you want to get very good at shooters, in any shooter, like Call of Duty or XDefiant, stick and move or paddles. Unfortunately, that's the way. But enough yapping about that. I'm just gonna go down here because I don't want this video to be too long. The important ones I'll mention: aim assist, obviously, have that on. Aim response curve, have this on linear. I find it to feel the closest to Call of Duty. S curve is probably the second best in my opinion, but linear. Now 70, 70, 65, something like that is, hold up, I gotta fucking sneeze. Shit. Before I got rudely interrupted, as I was saying, in Call of Duty, for the sense in Call of Duty, redo all that. About 70 to 80 cents is like 10 sensitivity in Call of Duty. So that's why I have mine on 65. That's pretty much where I like it. Obviously, sensitivity is preference, but if you play around 10 for, you know, Call of Duty, have it around 70 or 80. And then with your sensitivity, don't adjust it by too many numbers, because just pick one that you like and just keep using it. You will get used to it. But if it's too slow, bump that shit up. Now your low and your high zoom, personally I have mine at 0.65, and my sniping, or you know, my high zoom, I have this on 0.85, just a little slower. Now I might actually bump this to be faster. Sometimes I feel like when I'm drag scoping, I can't follow the enemy as quickly because, you know, the movement in this game is cracked, right? So, but I do like it being a little bit slower. I can't lie, but sometimes I can't keep up. So if you're having that problem, bump it up a little bit. I haven't been sniping too much yet. I'm trying to max out all the other guns. Your dead zones, that's literally up to your own controller. Fix that, you know, based on your own controller. Now this is probably the most important setting in this controller thing here. Just turn this all the way to 2. This makes it to where even if you have a slow sensitivity, you can spin, you can do circles, 360s a lot faster. Very important. Even with the slow sense, you'll be able to turn around and shoot people. And vibration, don't fucking play with vibration on. Terrible. Alright, video and graphics. Now I have mine on 1440 by 1080. Like I said, I don't know if I mentioned it, but stretch res is the way in this game. I'm pretty sure I did. I will say it looks shittier for, you know, recording purposes or streaming, in my opinion, but it is what it is. Of course, your refresh rate is what your monitor goes at. On, have this an on plus boost. That's pretty important. I feel like the brightness should be turned up a bit. Have the DX12 renderer on unless it's fucking up your PC, which in the latest update they apparently fixed this from doing that. I haven't had an issue. It's been working fine. VSync, I don't even know why they put this in games anymore. Turn it off. Frame rate limit, you can turn that off, but I like it on. I like to have it maybe like 5 more than what my monitor can put out. That way my PC isn't pushing more than it needs to. It's not working harder for no reason. You know, I can't get more than 165, so why do I need 300 plus FPS? I don't. And all this other bullshit is going to be on low. Pretty much for any shooter game, you want your shadow quality or your shadow, you know, settings to be low or off. Sharpening, have that around 7. Ambient occlusion, have that all the way up. And object detail and streaming, have that all the way up, because you don't want your game to look doo-doo at the same time. Water quality, what water is in this game, turn that fucking off or low. What ambient, I'm gonna butcher that. Turn that off. Terrain quality, medium. So that may have took a bit. Hopefully I sped it up, chopped it up in my editing software. It wasn't too long for you guys to go through. But now for the more gameplay tips. Alright guys, so I do want to show you my GeForce Experience filters. These you know, settings I have will make your game look way better. Definitely recommend it if you have, you know, a graphics card that can, you know, handle GeForce Experience. Of course, not all of them can, but make sure you have it turned off. Go down here to settings. By the way, Alt Z is how you pull this little menu up in game. Oh, I didn't mean settings. Go to game filter, duh. And just copy what I have. I have a color, details, brightness, and contrast. Just go ahead and copy those. I'm telling you, these filters are very nice. You will like them. Pause the video, do what you need there. And alrighty guys, I have another setting that I forgot to mention when I was in my settings, and that's your colorblind settings. So go to language and accessibility, go down and turn this to this second one, the one with the D. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. Also, flashbang effect, have it on dark, definitely helps. The flashbangs actually got, I think, buffed in my opinion. They're pretty fucking annoying now. Yeah, there's that. If you guys wanted to see these, sure, there you go. Alright guys, so that's all my in-game settings I have for you. Now the next advice I have for you is the movement. Obviously we know movement's very important in this game. Just by going in a match, we see everyone using the movement like crazy, right? Bunny hopping, slide canceling. This movement's nuts in this game, and I'm all here for it. I do think the jump fatigue should be down to like 2, not 4. So I guess I'll mention that real quick. If you guys don't know, there is jump fatigue. After 4 jumps, your person starts acting like he's drunk with his aim. I'll show you it here. Like that. Same with the crouch. Bam. And do it again. 1, 2, 3. On the 4th one, I think I said after 4, but it takes 4 jumps, and on the 4th jump, your dude starts going crazy with his aim. Like, that is not me aiming at all. I'm just jumping. So keep that in mind. You can't overuse it. I do think it needs to be dialed down at least 1 or 2 more. Alright, so now that we have that out of the way, I want to mention just a little advice on how to keep your slide canceling and your momentum going better when you guys, you know, move around. Now this isn't a movement tutorial, so I'm not really going to show you how to do the basic movements on this game. But I will say, when you are comboing your slide cancels together like this, you're going to notice, you know, you slow down after a while. But just, I have a 3-step rule. Between like each one, if you take 3 steps, you won't ever slow down. But if you just keep doing it over and over again, you will, like this. You just got to remember to take at least 3 steps, and then before you slide again. And you should have the full slide, because if not, you won't have that full slide or momentum. The movement, another important thing with the movement is strafing. Strafing pretty much negates the recoil pretty much all around in this game. Most of you guys, I'm sure you know what strafing is, but for the very beginner, strafing is just aiming and walking left and right or in this game you can do it in air, so fucking floating left and right. Very important to learn to do it in air. If you're going to strafe a gunfight, because the recoil of most guns go up and to the right like this, right? You're gonna want to jump and strafe to the right, like that, when you're fighting somebody. It's gonna counteract your recoil, right? Because you're moving right into it, and you're gonna win way more gunfights than jumping to the left. Now, I'm not saying you can't ever jump straight to the left, but if you can make it a habit to do it to the right, you'll be winning more gunfights, I promise you. Another thing with this game is that's different with Call of Duty is left stick aiming. Yeah, you heard that right. You want to aim with your left stick more than your right stick. So this is my right stick, obviously, and this is my left stick. And the reason for that is you want to use your right stick more as just, putting it on target kind of. But your right stick, keeping it there, because as I said, strafing negates the recoil in this game. I can't really break it down too much more on why it's so better to aim with your left stick versus your right. But shout out to Exclusive Ace for teaching me that one. He has a video explaining why it is. Just go check him out. But yeah, start aiming with your left stick and having your right stick more as just a guide, right? So I spam I move my left stick a lot when I'm aiming. That's all I'm moving is my left stick. And in Call of Duty, usually it'd only be the right stick, but besides strafing, of course. I guess the only major other tip I have is go for them headshots. In this game, there's a crazy headshot multiplier. You can just shred people and so fast. With the AK, I think it's a 3-shot kill, all headshots. So if that's all you can hit, which obviously, right, go for headshots, duh. But it's that much more important in this game. I feel like a lot of people, they shoot at the chest and just let the recoil go up to the head. But if you can land all of the headshots for every bullet, obviously you're going to be killing it. But alrighty guys, that is it for this video / guide. If you guys do want more of these, advice, type things for XDefiant, definitely let me know by leaving a like. Most importantly, leave a comment. I like interacting with you guys. It's the best part about the YouTube thing. Imagine you make a video, no comments, it's not as fun. But yeah, I hope you guys stick around for more XDefiant content. We're going to stick through XDefiant, through the good and the bad. So, guys, it's your host with the most, Prevail here, signing out.
Hello?